All right, guys, happy Tuesday. Our strength today will be working on the snatch. It's going to be every 2 minutes for 6 sets. You're going to be doing 3 repetitions. So the movement will look like this. It's going to be 2 from the high hang position and then 1 from wherever you want in the hang. So here's what I mean. So first thing, I'll find my grip, get my hook grip going. So I'll show you from the side. The high hang means that we're not going to let the bar come past the middle of the thigh, basically keeping that bar high the entire rep, okay? So it's going to be 2 from the high hang position. So nice tall chest, stand, reset your feet, bring it back to the hang, another one from that high position, okay? For that third one, as you fatigue a little bit, you can get more hip action. So now I can bring it down even more, and that allows me to get a little bit more momentum and power for my hips. So the idea here is the first 2, you don't get a lot of length, a lot of area to really create that power. It forces really explosive finish and speed under the bar. And as you fatigue on that third one, you can load up the hips even a little bit more and get a little extra power to try to get that third rep in there, all right? So always in our Olympic lifts, we focus on keeping our chest tall throughout the range of motion, okay? Focus on watching my hips when I initiate the movement. I don't go down into my knees like this. I drop my hips back. I push my hips back. That creates tension in my hamstrings and my back, all right, to perform the lift. So this will be building for 6 sets. Start light, crisp, fast movement. Build as needed as you go through it. All right, so that's our strength for today. And let's talk about conditioning. All right, guys, our conditioning today is 3 rounds of 20 dumbbell snatch, 20 box jumps, and then 20 single arm overhead lunges, right? So dumbbell snatch, classic movement. Dumbbell starts between the feet, nice flat back. You're gonna drive the legs overhead, okay? The faster way here is to switch your hands in the air. So switch, tap, and go. So if you look at it from the side, same as we just talked about in the snatch, my chest stays up, my hips go back as I hit the ground, okay? So drive, switch, tap, okay? If you're not comfortable, you can bring it to the ground, switch hands here, okay? Get 20 total reps. From there, dumbbell to the ground, you're gonna go to 20 box jumps, right? So the box jump, 2-footed jump, stand up on top of the box. From here, you can step down, you can hop down, okay? Just make sure you stand up. I always tell people here, let's say this is the prescribed height of 24 inches. So instead of, if you have any trouble with the height, unless you have an injury, lower the height to focus on jumping. Stepping up, right, is a very different movement than a jump. We want to work on that explosive jumping. So if you're not comfortable with that height under fatigue, go lower so you can focus on jumping. Of course, if you have any knee, calf, ankle issues, step up. That's fine. Okay, so 20 reps here. And then we finish off with 20 single arm overhead reverse lunges. So we're going to do 10 on each side. So really focus on pushing up, keeping that arm close to the ear to stabilize. You're going to step back, tap the knee, stand back up. Okay, alternating knees. You're going to go 10. Okay, and then switch arms for 10 on the other side. Okay, so 3 rounds through that, 15 reps, or 15-minute time cap. And that's it for today. We have a little finisher as well. All right, guys, we got a 3-round finisher. Again, some core work as usual. So 2 movements. The first is going to be 60 seconds in a weighted plank. Of course, if 60-second plank already is challenging for you, just start there. Plank position, you can do, it's not perfect, or there's no perfect answer, whether you're on your hands or they're on your forearms. Slightly different. If you're on your hands, you have to work on controlling the elbow joint, okay, which is great for like handstand training. The angle of your body is a little bit easier on the core. If you drop down to the forearms, you're more flat, makes it a little more challenging on the core, and you don't have to deal with the elbow lock issue. So either one's right or wrong. Outside of that, everything else is the same. So we want to squeeze the quads, squeeze the butt, push up away from the ground. Everything's nice and rigid. The opposite of that, what we do not want to see, is sinking down into the shoulder blades or letting the hips sag at all right? So it should be a nice straight line from the shoulder, hip, down to the ankle. Okay, so if you can hold that for 60 seconds, we can make it a weighted plank. One thing with the weighted plank, think about what we're working on as the core, the midline. I see a mistake. A lot of people will do a weighted plank and they'll put the weight up on their shoulders. Okay, where it's more effective is if we put it down across the middle of the body. So that's putting pressure in the part that we're trying to train. So if you need somebody to help you, if it's a heavier weight, like the coach or a partner can put the weight there, but just think about where you place it to get the most work on your midline, okay? 60 seconds, rest as needed. They're gonna go to 30 seconds each side of the side plank hip raise. So again, focus on good control, nice high hip, nice flat here. We don't wanna drop the hip back. Same thing, you can go on the hand or the forearm for 30 seconds. As many reps as you can do with good control. So rest as needed, work through 3 rounds, and that's it for today. See you tomorrow.